So there, ready for a fight? A challenge?
Good luck to you. Gather around. It's a title fight on its way.
That a boy! Damn impressive! Your reward for victory!
Good luck. And now, I can feel it. The air's electric. All bets are in.
That a boy! Damn impressive! Your reward for victory!
Good luck. Oh, my audience, I
Fantastic! The new champion of Mars! You sure damned earned it. And your reward, of course.
Thanks. These mutants took this canyon we were shown.
Hell yeah, fucking right. There aren't many paths leading to mutant valleys that are safe from the sun. We'll find them.
For a successful escape, the breakout is just half the battle. The other half is diligence. It is likely that they moved slowly, decided to stop, and hide at nightfall, so I am not worried. But a little help never hurt anyone. See anything, Amelia?
Nope, but we're still far from that place you showed us. My baby's fast, but it doesn't go the fucking speed of light.
One must muster quite a bit of courage to escape from a city, only to risk it all in the desert, defenseless while soldiers are in hot pursuit, or have already suffered greatly.
I wonder how long they chase after them once they've left the cities. Most people think it's impossible to survive in the desert. So wouldn't they figure they could let the desert do their dirty work for them?
I hope no one was wounded. Blood attracts creatures of all sorts, predators that'll pounce on the weak.
They're from?
A work camp, farther north. You wonder how they managed to get here on foot?
Must have been a long and dangerous trip.
It was indeed. But my people knew that, for them, it was either freedom or death. And the path to freedom is paved with graves.
The day is rising. They must find a place to rest, and this cave is perfect to hide them from both the men and father's son.
But this cave he has a bad feeling. There's danger here, from the moment he wakes to...
No, we've already met and defeated danger, overcome it together. So he must stop behaving like a slave. Come!
Move away! Don't be afraid. Scum sent me from Mutant Valley to protect you.
isn't a good time to just hang around here. We're almost to Mutant Valley.
You have our thanks, man.
Call me Zachariah.
Then you have our thanks, Zachariah. We will not forget what you have done for us. We must hurry now, though. The day is coming.
You're just an old fool, aren't you? Risking your own neck to shelter the rogue. Well, if your neck's no value to you, it's no value to me either. I'm off to Afir. Soldiers, Abundance has fed its parasites for far too long. I think it's time we stop some of the leeching.
No, stop! Listen to me. Let me...
If I don't step in, they'll kill him.
Just another traitor. Just like Jeffrey. Traitor scum. Let's go get Scott before the thugs finish him off.
Zach, you came. I thought that it was all over. Thank you.
I wasn't gonna let those thugs kill you, but I'd like to know what you're doing here. Why did you disappear?
I was missing Abundance. I was hoping... Anyhow, that was silly. I'm sorry. He tried to torture me, you know? He wanted to know where to find you, but I didn't say anything.
I don't really understand how you ended up here. Anyway, let's get back. You're in bad shape. I can't figure out what Scott was doing in the desert with Alan. I better find some witnesses who saw what happened. Get to the bottom of it. can't do this. Just in time. That toad could have done some serious damage.
I think I'm gonna hurl.
But this is rather quite fascinating. Did you know that the lichen on its back is not merely a parasite? Well, maybe you would. Anyway, they actually have a symbiotic relationship. The lichen cools off the toad's skin, while the toad lets the lichen feed off the ooze. Well, oozing from its pores.
Yeah, now I'm definitely gonna hurl.
Thank the moons. We were able to save them. I don't know if they could have survived without our help. Scum will be happy to see they made it. The gates of Mutant Valley will open wide for you this day, friend.
I'm antsy to get to town. I'm getting tired of spending night after night in this rover.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like me to bump you up to first class, bitch ass?
No. But even you have to admit, it'd be nice to go to the bathroom with a door.
I'm anxious to meet Scum. He's quickly becoming a legend around these parts. Some people in Noctis talk about him like he's some kind of messiah, even though he's only just been freed from Abundance's prisons.
Yes, he has lived most of his life at Camp 19, but he has shown great wisdom since his arrival, and he is quite the speaker. I think you two will get along very well. I know not a more devout advocate for peace.
Hey, Brad.
Zachariah, how's the hunting?
I've got your last specimen.
Tell me you did! The shield toad skin! Wonderful! Oh, what you have done for science! You are invaluable. I am forever indebted. You've given me years of study, and when I finally publish, you, my friend, will find your name in the acknowledgements.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
You told me you learned where Scott was from mutants. You mind if I talk to them? Like to find out exactly what they saw.
Have suspicions about your friend, Zachariah? Sorry. None of my business, really. You can find them in Mutant Valley. They only passed through here to pass on some information to me, including the little tidbit about your friend.
Thanks. I'm gonna go find him.
It appears you do not believe the story of what happened out in the desert. Has your faith in your old friend begun to wane?
I don't know. It's just something about the story. Doesn't sit right with me.
Yes, I see. I also see it as something that deeply affects you both in a personal way. Like a family matter, to be dealt with in the family. Where I'm not wanted, even if I am happy to lend aid, Zachariah.
Zach, can we need to talk. Alone.
Sure. What's going on?
I want to keep investigating. Remember what we found in the archives? The secret military shit in Eos Cosma?
Yeah. So how do you want to do this?
We gotta find a way to get into the military archives in Ophir and steal some files.
We don't even know where these files are, Amelia. But maybe I know someone who could point us in the right direction. Eliza Major, my former captain, and have access to all of them.
Ask her to read them and tell us what the hell's in there then. After that, we just gotta get back to the rover and make trails for Eos Chasma.
That road must have been taken dozens of times, Amelia. If your father was there, we'd have found him by now.
That's not true, Zach. Nobody takes that road anymore. Not with the shadow paths. There's no reason to take the rovers that way since the area's already been mapped out. All he wanted was to find that kid. We should take that road, Zach. Please.
Sure. If that's what you want to try. You know it's been a long time though, Amelia. The odds of us ever finding him alive...
They don't exist, Zach. He's dead. I know that. Honestly, I just want to know why.
Captain, good to see you. I really need some information about Scott Seeker's son. Like, what happened to him after he got arrested?
You know how monitored we are, Zachariah? What do you want? I go poking around, we could find ourselves fired. Or worse, for a mutant?
Whatever we find isn't gonna bother anyone today, but it could bring some peace to the people who never stopped loving or wondering what happened to the boy. The more I learn about it, the more complicated it gets. I'm just trying to bring some peace, Captain. Just look into some dusty files. No one's gonna care.
All right. Hope you're right, Zachariah. We'll dig into the archives, but it'll take some time. Tomorrow would be the earliest.
Tomorrow it is. Thank you. I'll come back then. Captain, good to see you. So what did you learn?
Strange things. Scott Seeker was, apparently, much more respected back in the day. He even managed to convince the army at one point that he could heal and trigger mutation. The idea of triggering mutations apparently really got some interest, and the army launched a new division and put him in charge. Even brought him a few mutants to run tests on, one of which was his son. Obviously never went anywhere. Nobody got healed. The program was shut down, and the mutants, including his son, were terminated. So sad. Almost makes you want to look at the old man differently.
Yeah, sure does. Thank you, Captain.
What a horrifying story. To think that a father's desperation to change his son ended with getting the boy killed.
It was to change him back. He didn't start off like that. You've seen how bad those bastards get treated in abundance. No wonder he was so desperate. It was a chance at a better life.
I understand that. Truly, I do. However, I believe that instead of perilously trying to change his son's life, he should have protected his future. Help him live with his condition.
Hoping to find there, Amelia?
I don't know, debris? Tracks? Just something to help me understand how a top breacher like my dad could get lost on Eos Chasma, one of the easiest fucking roads on the planet.
My guess? He got into an accident. Something he couldn't avoid. It's happened to us, after all.
Maybe. I just want to find out. That's all I'm asking.
I fear I may be getting sick.
Sorry, Scott. I understand that looking for the remains of your best friend is probably painful, but Amelia deserves answers.
Sometimes the past just gives us answers we were afraid to know. I just hope that won't be the case this time.
Even if we find the rover wreck, it'd be easy pickings for a passing scavenger or thief. So there might not be much left.
The fuck you say that for?
Sorry, I just don't want you to get your hopes up.
Whoa, Amelia, ease up. I know you want answers, but it's probably best not to crash while looking for a crash site.
You kidding me? Wonder what you'd say if we actually went fast.
I guess everyone's version of moderate is different. Damn, the rover's still here. I would have bet it would have been scrapped by now.
Well, some parts are goners, but most of it's still here.
Yeah. Look, Amelia. This time I don't have any doubt.
But yeah, I knew. I just wanted to know how and why, you know? And I still plan to, because that's here.
Looks like we found a tablet. And it still works.
Scott, I don't know if you'll ever get this message. It doesn't really matter now, I guess. Of my own peace, I just need to... So many things I wish I could tell you. My last thoughts and breaths are filled with regrets. I can't even blame you for sabotaging my rover. I was supposed to be your friend. I was supposed to be there for you. I was supposed to try to empathize with all the hurt and fear you were going through. But all I can bring myself to care about is making you stop obsessing about your son. Make you go back to being your old self for my own benefit. To have my old friend back. It was selfish. I was selfish. Even from the outset. The only reason I ever helped was just to help bring an end to the obsessing. And in the end, my own obsession with that goal led me to take away your son so you would stop. I wanted to take him so far away that you'd have no recourse but to give up hope. But you figured me out. You stopped me, and now I'm paying for it. I'm so thirsty. The rover is becoming unbearably hot. Unbearably hot. Forgive me, my friend, as I forgive you. Tell my daughter I'm sorry for not being courageous enough to keep her by my side. I should have fought for her. Stopped her from being taken away from me. Between the two of us, you were always the better father. Good to your boy. And here I am. Sit. Never mind. Farewell, Scott. Take good care of Amelia for me, my friend.
I can't even... He was here the whole time? Not even that far from Ophir. If I ever find out who sabotaged his rover, who's responsible for him dying? You find something?
Yeah, I found this. There's a message on it, Amelia. One you're not gonna be happy to hear.
Whatever it is, it's better than not knowing the truth. Give it.
Scott, I don't know if you'll ever get this message. Regrets doesn't really matter. I can't even blame you for sabotaging my rover. I was supposed to be there for you. I was supposed to try to empathize with all the hurt. The only reason I ever helped was just to help bring an end to the obsessing. So far away, and in the end, that you tell my daughter I'm sorry, but to give up courageous enough to keep her by my side. So I should have fought for her. The rover. Take good care of Amelia for me, my friend.
Where the hell's Scott? Where is he? I found my father's rover and a tablet he left. You're a fucking murderer. And to think I called you a friend all these years.
What are you... What tablet? What...
You're gonna pay for his death. I promise I'm gonna make you pay!
Amelia, stop. You heard what the captain said. Scott launched an entire military program just to save his son. He did everything he could to help him, and it was all in vain. What he did to your dad? It was awful. But he was just doing whatever he could to save... Look at him. He's paid enough already.
I don't give a shit! I barely knew my dad because of him! You fucking pathetic old piece of shit! Get the fuck out! Just get out! Get out before I change my mind! Zach, I know I'm a lot to deal with. I got a shit-poor temper and I talk like a sewer, but I gotta say, no one's ever done anything for me. And you've gone out of your way to... I just never met a guy like you. Shit. It sucks being on the road with no privacy. If we did, it'd make you shoot more than a little electricity. That too forward? I'm no lady, Zach, but if you ever want to meet up without the others around...
Maybe not like a lady I've ever known, but I like you how you are. Sure. Next time we get a break, let's do it.
I'll pay a little visit to your room then. The things I'm gonna do to you.
Sorry, Amelia.
Leave me alone.
This is what I feared. It is better to let the dead rest.
So, you guys don't think it's kind of toasty?
Amelia, look at me. You have to move on. You cannot change the past. All we can do is make the best of the time we have.
Shut up!
If you have a minute, can we talk?
What's this about?
Thanks to you and Scott, I got my abilities back. Doesn't make me a Technomancer though, does it? Doesn't make me one of you. And I know you all go through a lot of training together, which I never had. Everything I know was picked up from an old renegade Technomancer who showed me some of the basics. Had to trade it for a little serum. But I'm tired of being on the outside. I just want to belong. If you, I guess, think I'm worthy or whatever.
You're right, Andrew. Maybe it is time to initiate you.
How painful is it?
Guess you'll see. He obviously can't use the old sight anymore, so you'll need some imagination. We can give it a go. Come on.
Why do you bring me here?
My master brought me to a dome like this when I became a Technomancer. It was full of relics, collected by generations of Technomancers from Abundance. There were old consoles there that would allow me to listen to the old recordings, discussions, musings of the settlers, and a little view of their life. The dome doesn't exist anymore. There's not much left of what we used to be. But I want that knowledge to last, so I want to tell you what I learned from my master Sean, before Mantis destroyed all the knowledge that was there.
All right. What was your master like?
He was quiet and kept to himself, but over time we still managed to grow close. He hated how Technomancers were treated in Abundance, dreamed of freedom. He seemed calm, cool and collected, but on the inside, he was all rebel. He couldn't stand taking orders, which never goes down well.
Miss him?
No matter how many times you're told, or how well you know that one day you're going to be separated from your parents or masters, it never makes it easier when it finally happens. And it's only harder when you have no one else to really guide you. Technomancers are my family, but Sean was like my father.
It was probably hard for him too. I got a feeling I would have liked him if I'd ever had the chance to know him.
There was a pitch-black circular room with a console in the middle. When I started it up, flickering bluish images appeared. A doctor examining a man. The man had apparently undergone a mutation that allowed him to generate a massive electrical charge. He was the first Technomancer, Andrew.
So you're saying you and I are...
Afflicted with a specific mutation that the settlers were studying. It's why they created our gear. You, who has witnessed the secret with your own eyes, who, in your heart, knows the knowledge that he bears is true, and has understood that this knowledge could cast our kind into an endless pit of despair. As you drink the sap of the world, the water that feeds our lives, abandon who you thought you were, and now become our brother, Andrew Mancer. Together, we've shared the water and secret. Now, swear to forever protect the knowledge of the Earth, and dedicate your life to finding it again, to defend and protect our secret, even if you must sacrifice your life to do so.
I swear I will.
Then, welcome, brother. Hey.
Hey, back.
Praise to the Shadow. You are here. I was getting worried about you.
What's going on, scum?
Cain is moving to take power. He came with dozens of followers, killed many who stood in his way, threatened to do the same to countless more. As for you and I, Phobos, I promise that he has already planned our deaths.
Zachariah, it is not my life I worry for. He will kill any and all who stand against him. He will wipe out human cities, destroying those with little more than sticks and rocks to defend themselves. Blood will drench this planet.
And I'm sure all our names are probably topping the list. And we better make a move before it's too late.
One of my ostriches is limping. I think she's hurt.
Have you dropped the flight?
Hey,
Hello. How are you?
someone told me about you, so I wanted to come say thanks. Your instructions helped me save my friend.
I'm just happy you got there in time. We would have helped ourselves, but feared letting humans know free mutants roam around.
Don't blame you. You see what led to all of that? By the time I got there, they tortured my friend, and the Technomancer in charge was leaving.
Found himself surrounded by the Technomancer and his soldiers. He wanted to know where they could find a man named Zachariah. You, I suppose.
What did he tell him?
Not the answer you are scared he gave. He said nothing of your location. Instead, he told this other Technomancer that he knew who he was, but it did not seem to matter. The question was asked again. This time your friend screamed back that he knew who he was, and that they must listen to him. That is when they began to beat him, and he began to scream for mercy. Mercy that would not come, even as he screamed that he could do something for them. The violence only grew. That is when we ran to warn Dandolo. What he was offering to do for them, I do not know. He never said. But it did not matter anyway. All they wanted to know was where you were. Nothing else to them mattered. The torture lasted for hours. Your friend may be not all there, but his loyalty cannot be doubted.
Thanks. And thank you for going to Dandolo.
Of course.
Scott, thanks for coming. Please have a seat. I'm just trying to understand something.
Ah, a scientific query. Let us engage.
No, not quite. I just wanted to understand what you were doing with Alan under that shadow path. A couple mutants saw you and said you told Alan that you knew what he was, and that you could do... Of course, the jackass didn't give a damn. All he wanted to know was where we were. But what the hell were you trying to do, Scott?
Do? I wasn't doing. I was doing something, but not what... There are opportunities in life. He might have become an ally, a great Technomancer. Even if you're not friends, he could... I was... a mistake.
Scott, Amelia and I have done our own investigation, and we learned things, like the fact that you became obsessed with research on genetic mutation because your son suffered from it. And I have a feeling it has something to do with your escape. I think you should start talking.
The past, it should stay in... unless they are relics or so much hurt and tears and... But if you already know about my son, what use is there in hiding anything else? It is a rather laborious story, some of which you know, some of which it was 17 years ago, with our corporation's unparalleled obsession with the perfect man. I found myself ensconced in gene research. My son, my flesh and blood son. I loved that child, cherished him like nothing else, but my work stole time from him, more and more, and when he was diagnosed with symptoms of the mutation, I disintegrated. As the best geneticist in abundance, I ensconced myself in research of its genome, discovering its mutation, and I heard whispers of tests the settlers had made because they, too, had been coping with the chaotic mutative effects of the radiation. So, my friend, Mark, delivered me to a distant city, remote, nearly unlivable. I stayed there, poring through their documents until one day, I uncovered their work on a therapy which had only a singular side effect.
It modified the human body's electrical production.
Precisely. Technomancers are the result of a controlled genetic manipulation, mutations instigated to protect us from more erratic mutations created by the radiation, a discovery I found myself racing to try out on my son. But first, I needed test subjects. So I volunteered to heal children in the slums. Found 2 young boys there to test its efficacy. And lo and behold, it worked.
Andrew and me.
Yes. Your abilities were gained thanks to my experiments, but that was not all that was gained. I had proof that I could replicate the therapy, and that, you know, now could resist other forms of mutations. From there, well, I secured a research budget from the military, who in turn assured me they would return my son. But for him, it was too late. The experiment failed to help him, and I found myself with little choice but to end his suffering, rather than see him in a life of slavery, the life of a monster. And to the military, because I could not yet reveal what I knew, as I knew not yet what you were to become. Saw only my failure. I lost everything, found myself socially exiled. And when Andrew's death came, you, Zachariah, became my only chance for success, my only chance to regain my past glory. So I kept close to you for all these years, until you finally became a Technomancer, my success. A chance for me to win back my approval, glory within abundance. I would be the man who created Technomancers. We needed to escape. By seeing Alan, I had hoped to fix that they might take you back, and in turn, I might... Madness had overtaken me. Greed. Instead of being proud of my success in you, I only wanted more and more, and... Forgive me.
Leave me alone. Please.
Potential disruptions to the bloodbath they have prepared. I know of another way in, though. Follow me.
Some people just want to revel in violence. They don't care who gets thrown into the carnage as long as they get their fill. Your brothers will pay for this, Phobos. We'll stop them.
I know.
Look what we have here. The fool who believed he was a more worthy chief than me. It is now my way or no way. Follow me. or follow death.
Will you never change, Cain? Is your only path the one stained with blood, paved with hate? The same hate destroying your own people? Look around. This valley was once filled with peace, but is now filled with gravestones. You cannot continue to lead our people down this road.
You have gone too far, Cain. Fight someone your own size.
Do not kill him. Even if his heart pumps with pure hatred, spilling it makes us no better than he. It ensures more blood will follow. Please, be better than he is.
Scum. If I were as good as you, I would not be me. And that is all I can be. One cannot continue to trim a weed that will not stop growing and spreading its seeds. One must rip it out by the roots. He will start wars among us, or between us. He cannot live another breath.
Someone needs to step up and lead the mutants, Phobos. And honestly, you make a great chief. Especially since they'd need someone to lead them in whatever battles lie ahead for them.
It is not a role I wish to fill.
Yeah, but there's no better leader than the one who isn't seeking power. Your people need you now.
Scum would be even better. Plus, if I ran for office, how could I travel around this planet with all of you?
Zachariah, you are living proof that our people can live in harmony. You have helped us enormously, but now I believe it is time to make a decision.
We must present a chief to the Assembly.
The time for speaking, I am afraid, is dwindling. If our internal quarrels give rise to conflict within our own, we need someone to unite us. We must walk as one race, place differences aside.
Then it should be you. There is no mutant who lacks respect for you. And unlike Cain, your leadership will not spill blood.
As a strategist, though, you are greatly respected as well. Perhaps it is you who should run.
I know it may not be my place to give an opinion, but I think that it makes sense for you to be chief, Scum. You inspire them, and that's what they need.
Perhaps you are correct, Zachariah. Though the fear of needing to be not just a chief, but a strategist that must lead a charge to free our brothers, I do not know. But we shall see what my people have to say.
My love and support are yours, Scum. I will continue on with Zachariah until he finds peace, but I will come back to help you once it is done.
Humbly he stands before you. Once we spoke like this, remember? When we were bound in our chains. But that's behind us. And today, myself, Scum, in this valley that is ours, can finally say, I! And such freedom was bought with blood of our fallen brothers. Hear me when I speak these words. I also have the belief that our found freedom must be shared. And for that reason, let us rise, but with no violence, without freedom taken by crushing down those who, too, were once our brothers. So might we all be brothers someday, even those who once bathed in our humiliation. In my dreams, I see a planet where mutants and men live together, break bread together, bear witness as their kin play together. Let us not create adversaries with wrath, or become the cruelty once shown to us. Instead, let us show mercy, and in that mercy, let there lie our road to peace. And with the Shadow's mercy, may this dream of freedom and equality spread across the surface of our planet.
Zachariah, we must talk.
About what?
This is your safe house. The ASC could not reach you here, correct?
That's the hope.
But consider this. Even if Victor cannot reach you here, how many times has he tried to impede you, to track you? You've already had to escape from his grasp twice. Perhaps the time has come to be less passive, to gather your allies and take the offensive for once. Word of the power he accumulates in the People's Assembly of Abundance is terrifying. I speak not of violence, but perhaps of some other way to bring him down. With all that you have done for so many, I am certain many would be more than willing to come to your aid, and even more invigorated when that aid will bring such a tyrant to his knees. You have our support, the Technomancers, and any others you can gather. And from the great heights to which he has climbed, the fall will be tremendous. He will not recover.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it is time to take the offensive.
Phobos isn't necessarily wrong, but just the help brought by the Technomancers and mutants isn't going to be enough. We need people able to really influence Ophir's policy, too. Like Dandolo, maybe. He loves playing games like that. Or, you know, you still have your contacts in the military, don't you? Maybe they'd help one of their own ex-officers who was wrongly accused.
Zach, I can't stop thinking about everything we heard from that dirtbag. Keep hoping it's all just a terrible lie, but if you wanted... There's something that doesn't make sense in this story. I can't come to terms with the idea that he told us the truth, but I'm also struggling to understand why he would have deported our little clique to martyrdom. We were nothing to him. I was told Gloria came to Noctis not long ago. I need to see her again, to confront her about this story, hear what she has to tell me. I could go alone, but it'd mean a lot to me if you came along.
I'm gonna come with you. I also want to find out what this is all about.
Thank you, Zach. That means a lot to me.
Hi.
Zachariah, to what do I owe this privilege?
I heard you escaped. How'd you do it?
Through a very sad and beautiful story. Sad because of the lives such success cost. Beautiful for the outcome it created. Are you aware of the conditions of the prisoner camps? Factories of pain and sadness. Mutants are harassed by fellow inmates and guards alike. Beaten, mistreated, forced to work. Many died from exhaustion or untreated wounds. One day, one of my people had fallen from exhaustion. I tried to stop a guard from hitting him. Understand, I am not violent, but their violence had to stop, so I struck the guard, and after that, events escalated. Rioting soon had become the only solution. We never had the thought of running away, only the need to show we would not live in those conditions anymore. A man, another prisoner, gave us aid.
You remember his name?
Yes, Roy Temperance. He had a boy. Innocence, I believe. They gave us tools to defend ourselves. But the key to our escape came with the death of the camp's administrator.
A soldier?
A Technomancer, placed there by his superiors for disobeying orders, from what I understood. No one dared look him in the eyes. His name was, if I recall correctly, Sean Mancer. Did you know him?
Yeah, I knew Sean. He was my master. He was growing tired of the path Abundance was taking, and he probably said it one too many times to one too many people.
I am sorry, Zachariah. Even if his death made way for our escape, I can feel your pain.
I'm looking for work. You need help with anything?
Our nation is just beginning. There is enough work for 1 billion men. For example, an old, worn-down pump at one of our artesian wells has stopped working. And where it is, a creature lurks, terrifying our workers, keeping them from the repairs. If you could, get rid of the creature and make the repairs. You may need a good mechanic, unless you're able to repair it on your own.
Let me see what I can do.
Greetings, Zachariah.
I think it's time I answered Victor's constant attacks. I'm gonna need help, though.
That's what family is for, Zachariah. We are family, united by the mutual suffering inflicted by Victor. His time to pay for all he's done has come. We are united in that.
Door's blocked on the other side. Gotta find another path.
Ah, the human everyone talks about. May I? Can we speak, please?
Hi. You wanted to talk?
I did, yes, I did. I've heard many people say, even though you are human, you're a good person. Many say that without you, they would still be in the pen. I thought maybe you too could help me.
Depends. What do you need help with?
Yes, well, we need weapons. To have any hope of helping our brothers held captive, we must be armed. I was given orders to arm a squad, but I have nothing to arm them with. And in Noctis, such things are far too expensive for us. But since I was told you travel, if on one of your trips you could find and bring us back a box or two.
I can try. Sure I could get my hands on some in Ophir somewhere.
Thank you. Yes, I'm sure it would be a great help for us. You're back so soon. Were you able to find us weapons?
As promised, should be enough to get you going.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I know I've already asked you for a lot, but they are not used to fighting. Is there any way you could give them a lesson? Just a friendly fight. It'll help them get started.
Sure. Why not? I'll try not to hurt him.
lucky that scum in Phobos managed to stop Cain. That crazy zealot would have led us to the grave.
Found the well and pump. It's beat to hell, though. Gonna take a lot of materials to get it going again. Definitely can't replace it. Or maybe... there are similar types of equipment in the generators used by the cities. Gotta be one in Ophir and Noctis, even if the folks there aren't gonna be happy about ruining their machines. Road to Noctis.
Hush up. As we close in on the city, I'll have to dodge a shit ton of potholes made by the fuckload of traffic. So I'm gonna need absolute concentration.
Noctis is quaint, but too businessy for my taste.
Well, it is a merchant city.
Indeed, but where's the science? Where's the progress? After all, science is the one who made all this possible. I mean, it's also the reason why we're stuck here.
When we get there, we should go say hello to Dandolo. He hates it when I don't stop by to peck him on the cheek.
I still like this city. It was the first human place where my brothers could roam free.
I didn't see many of you there, though.
You're right. Since Mutant Valley's been conceived, mutants feel safest there now. Even though we are not slaves in Noctis, some people there treat us rather aggressively.
So many memories over there. So many bad ones. The nostalgia of spending hundreds of hours in the unloading area, filling and emptying Marcello's sand sails. Is nostalgia the right word? Because past aside, it feels like home now.
Do you believe what that man said?
I don't want to, but he has no reason to lie to me. How could he have known that name?
Rage grows from betrayal, Nisha. It's natural. But don't let it swallow you whole. You have not seen the bigger picture.
Yes, you're right. You are... Oh no.
Nisha, don't stay here. You shouldn't.
Zach, I'm not a child. Let me listen. I have to know. I have to... Nisha, I heard that you had left Ophir, that you come back here often now. I know that I won't be able to see you and tell you all this in person. I don't have the courage for it. So I hope that someone will give you this message, that you will listen to this and that you will forgive me. I did something awful, something that haunts me every day, every instant, something with which I cannot live today. You have always been strong, so much more brilliant, prettier. And me, I was in your shadow, and I felt that I was suffocating. So I went to see a man, a thief. I knew that he could plant false evidence and that he turned in people to the ASC. I said that you knew some things about their trafficking, that you were dangerous to them, and it worked. Too well, because they came to arrest our whole group. And during all those years spent with you in the camp, I knew that we were here because of me. When I saw how they were torturing you, when Nick died, I also wanted to die, but they refused. Today, I still carry the weight of my mistake and I can't bear it anymore. So farewell, Nisha. Farewell and forgive me. Your sister, Gloria.
I'm sorry, Nisha. Come on, let's go. I'll take care of the funeral. Don't worry.
I am deeply sorry, Nisha.
Thank you, Phobos.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
I need allies to fight Victor in the ASC.
Then you came to the right place. The bastard came to our doorstep and threatened us. Sent thugs to capture one of our own who came in peace, seeking refuge. There's not a day that goes by that he doesn't grab and gain more power. The time's come to bring Victor down. You not only have me on your side, Mancer, but all of Noctis.
Hi, Nisha.
Hi, Zach. Everything all right?
Captain, good to see you. I know this will sound crazy, but I need your help. The armies. I think I've come up with a way to turn the Assembly against Victor, but for it to work, I'm gonna need allies.
That's not crazy, Zach. He's out of control. Something needs to be done. The Army always remembers a good soldier's loyalty. Sure as hell can't help you officially, but we'll do anything we can for you under the table.
Don't know
You know, if the rebels ever found a way to actually be heard, they could do a lot of good for abundance. But that's not gonna happen today.
They attacked our
And
city.
if you team up with them, doors are gonna close real quick in your face. The army's afraid of them.
If that's true,
So I doubt your captain's gonna want to help you anymore if you're working with them. I don't know what the right choice is, though.
Had any news and
It's not just about overthrowing
is
Victor,
blocking
but
all
also doing the
contact with our
best thing
soldiers.
for Abundance's future, too.
Don't worry, we have no idea how well they're doing.
Hello there, Zachariah. What do I owe the pleasure?
Well, now that you're asking, with Victor and the ASC after me, my only options are to keep running or retaliate. To retaliate, though, I need some allies.
I know you're right. Know it's a worthy war you'll wage. Know I owe you. But I can't risk joining with you, Zachariah. Don't know you well enough to trust you with my life. Or the lives of my men. I am sorry. And despite all that, I wish you the best. Wish you success. For our sake, and yours.
No hard feelings. Had to ask. Goodbye.
A pleasure as always, Zach Rogue-Mancer. I hope my sarcasm wasn't too subtle for you to catch.
If I'm gonna destabilize Colonel Victor, I'm gonna need some allies.
Then you better keep looking, Mr. Mancer. Unfortunately, the allies you've already made aren't folks I consider or want as my own. Goodbye.
I gotta go.
Then go.
Valley, here we come.
Someone sounds excited.
Well, duh, the landscape's drop-dead gorgeous. As for the city, integrating with the valley's natural overhangs and alcoves to avoid using a metal dome, pure genius. Makes me worry about getting fried. And we'll always be strangers there.
For now, most mutants don't have an innate hatred for humans. We just need to give them time to heal.
Still, we'll never be able to walk a mile in their shoes. And for that, we'll always be outsiders. I ain't mad, though. If I were them, it'd be my personal mission to fuck up every single humanoid who said good day to me.
Right now, we must focus on uniting our nation. I understand you find it difficult to feel at home, but know that you are a friend, and that as long as I live here, you will be welcome. And when our people are finally free, I know many of my brothers and sisters will welcome you too.
Don't stress out about the roof. You won't be instantly mutated. I have heard tales. But yeah, what a beautiful place. Natural, organic, how refreshing. Humans should take notes.
This city makes me sad.
You're not gonna cry, are ya? I just had these seats cleaned.
I mean, I think I would have liked to, know before of its success. It's all right. Sad is too grandiose. Wistful, yes, wistful. By Jove, I've done it.
I'm pleased Scum was chosen. He has already proven he can lead our people. And his speech was so Remember, Kane? War cries are not the answer. It's scum's peaceful.
Now that we are at full strength, we must devise a way to compromise Victor's popularity at the Assembly.
I've got a lead. There's this grizzled old general who's been bitching about the lack of info he gets about Aurora. Right now, he's the only one with the balls to call Victor the dictator incompetent. According to him, the Aurora Dowser's down shit creek and may have been booted off his post. If we can prove that General is right and isn't just some senile old man, maybe the Army's head honchos will be pissed enough at the Colonel to kick his buns in the sun.
But we would need hard evidence.
I'm almost positive that Dandolo can help us. Noctis sends merchants everywhere, after all.
We also have some connections with Technomancers over there. They should be able to tell us what happened.
We could try Anton. Aurora's a little far, but there's no place that's safe from Anton's little birds.
It's a start.
Even if abundance is run from the top down, members of the Assembly would pay attention to uprisings. Some of your local allies can help you stir up some anger in the masses. The ASC has made their lives miserable for months. People are arrested on a whisper, live huddled in fear. It would not take much to spark the powder keg.
It's a good idea, but we can't influence entire populations by ourselves. We'd need allies hidden among the people.
Back when I was an artist, I got into some altercations with Assembly members who thought my shows were blasphemy. Maybe it was because I didn't say "Hail to the Shadow" 50 times. I can't say for sure, but if we could get them to think that Victor isn't a devout believer, we could get the large religious sect of the Assembly to revoke their support and demand his banishment. Or we could just give them a little nudge in the right direction by making them believe Victor steals relics for his own use.
We'd have to stage an elaborate setup, but I like it. After all, Trickster must get what he gives. We'll need volunteers that can pretend to be ASC. The plan is right up Anton's alley. It's possible for Dandolo or the opposition to help us out too.
One last thing. I was told the High Judge endorses all of Victor's decisions, even though I know for a fact that he hates him, which is more than a bit strange. The judge is such an honest man.
Or if you're in the mood to make a scandal, I've got everything we need. Did you know that Victor employs young women to worm out information on men he keeps tabs on? And I'm not Victor, but I have a feeling he used that info to blackmail these same men. If we can prove it, the Assembly would have a major meltdown. Their beloved colonel, a pimp? To find evidence of his trafficking, we could look for the orders he gave his goons. Have you seen his hands? Far too immaculate to be doing this dirty work himself.
If Anton's letting it happen on his territory, there's probably some kickbacks in it for him. So, since he's not gonna help us, we need to gather first-hand intel ourselves. I could start asking former prostitutes, but back in my days as an officer, I ran into a band of girls, and I think this exploited girls topic may interest them. Maybe enough for them to help us.
Indeed. How's this? I've heard that a small faction of the Assembly blindly backs up Victor, no matter how crazy the project is. So I believe it almost certain that their chief of this faction was bribed. So unless we bribe him ourselves, we'll have to silence him.
It's not ideal, but I have no way of finding out what dirt the ASC has on that man. We'll have to go without his support, and hope we can get enough voters elsewhere.
All these ideas will indeed cut off Victor from his support network.
But?
This is going to sound self-interested, but if we could help the mutants escape from the pen, it would expedite the Colonel's downfall. The people and the Assembly would be outraged to know that after decades of civilized control, Victor was the one who couldn't keep them in check. I'd like to see the Colonel try to justify his mistake of so many slaves, particularly ones notorious for their feeble minds.
No, it's not selfish. It's a good plan. We're gonna help mutants in the pen prepare their escape. After a mass breakout like that, his reputation will never be the same. Thank you, all of you, for the ideas. Now let's make them happen. Hi.
Zachariah, to what do I owe this privilege?
I got your well taken care of. No more creature, and it runs like new.
A man of your word. Take this for your time and help. And if you have more time to help us, a serious matter has come to my attention. Our observers in Ophir report that a mutant group there now faces execution. Punishment for refusing to complete their tasks.
Probably fixing the city's shutters. Aurora's attacks blew a hole in Ophir's roof, considering how important it is to get it fixed.
Humans hurt other humans and mutants face death. Yes, while they are being held apart from the rest, they must be saved, Zachariah.
I'll do what I can. Can't guarantee anything, though.
Your best is better than our nothing. My brothers in Ophir have suffered enough.
Zachariah, I'm going to need your investigative talents.
What's going on?
You probably remember that someone turned in my mother. She was one of our backers in Ophir. Without her, our plans to smuggle out our brothers are quite impossible to happen. And I miss her a lot. And then there was Kane's attack while we were about to seal the deal with that Aurora official. Someone turned us to our enemies once again. This can't be sheer coincidence. Someone is trying to slow down our effort and impede our cause. Beyond the fact that what happened to my mother deserves vengeance, I must stop the one who was behind those betrayals, or he will end up making our young nation lose.
Are you thinking of someone in particular? Maybe Kane's men? After all, he did step in to scuttle the negotiations with the merchant.
No, only a few people knew my plans, and even fewer my mother's identity. Especially not Kane. He must have been given information on the negotiator. I don't have a name, unfortunately, and that's why I'm asking for your assistance. It's probably someone close. Someone who lived in Ophir with a good excuse to travel to Noctis often. You're good at investigation. I've seen you at work. Help me find the culprit and stop him from doing any more harm.
All right. I guess that we could learn more about that traitor by talking to the Valley people.
Thank you, Zachariah.
Hi, Nisha.
Hi, Zach. Everything all right?
Greetings, Zachariah. Greetings, Zachariah.
Rumor is Aurora's dowser was deposed. I need to know it's more than rumor, though. If it's true, we might be able to convince some members of the Assembly that Victor needs to go.
Even though I don't like the idea of continuing the conflict between Abundance and Aurora that has caused so much suffering, if it's what needs to be done to dethrone Victor, I have a few contacts among Aurora's Technomancers. They're not quite brothers, but they're at least like cousins. And I've heard their messengers nearly always follow one particular shadow path. Let me show you. This one here. If you go, you may be able to stop one of their couriers. If the news you're expecting is as important as you say, I'm sure it will be in the documents they are carrying.
Thanks, Melvin.
Zachariah, I've received a message from Dandolo. He has some information on the disappearance of Patience.
Really? Did he learn where he was taken?
The ASC had him locked up in an old dome near Ophir. In his message, he says that it's a dome that Technomancers used to use. Does this sound familiar to you?
Hard to forget. Yes. That's where initiations would take place before a mantis destroyed everything. We'll have to go free him. The place must be teeming with soldiers fighting for Victor. But we can't leave the old Technomancer in their hands. Hi there. You know Phobos?
I should hope so. It was him who freed me from the mine I was forced to labor in. Thank you, Phobos, from my heart.
You are welcome. I hope we will all be free someday.
Someone tried to sabotage his plans. Maybe the mutants who used to be close to him. The ones that went to Ophir and Noctis.
Whether they went to Ophir or Noctis, I do not know. But I have heard the two of your right hands, Seth and Deimos, hold a grudge against you for abandoning them. And Seth, I have heard, has grown close to Cain.
In Mutant Valley?
No, not there. We saw them for a short time, a long time ago. Perhaps you can catch up to them.
Thank you.
Look around, please, but don't break nothing. Many fragile things. You break, you buy.
I'm looking for mutants that may have been in both Ophir and Noctis the past few years.
There are many. Before settling in the valley, most mutants from Ophir passed through Noctis.
Any of them still go back to Noctis regularly? Any that might have been close to Phobos back in the day?
Fewer than many, for sure. Why? Are you still watching us? Think we still belong to you?
Stop. Don't do that. My friend here is only trying to help me with a personal issue. One of our own, I believe. Sabotage missions we took on to try and help Mutant Valley. We are trying to figure out who that might have been.
So, someone with a grudge against you. Perhaps one of Cain's clan.
But they wouldn't have known about Phobos' mother.
Then someone from Cain's clan who was once close to Phobos. His friends Deimos and Seth may fit that bill. Can you let me return to my work now?
Sure, of course. Thank you. Goodbye then.
Of course. Come back if you're ever in a buying mood.
Can I come in?
Come here.
I may not be the perfect girl, Zach, but I think we make a kick-ass team. And I want to stay together. can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I love you.
Amelia, listen, we've had a good time, but let's not try to turn this into something it's not.
Mr. Big Shot Technomancer thinks he's too good for me? You know what? Fuck it. Forget I said anything.
I wanted to thank you for all your help, Zach. Not saying I needed it or, you know, but having you beside me and all. It was, it made it, it's just, you're a good guy, Zach. And it doesn't hurt that the good guy's got a face like yours. Maybe, you know, later, if you had time, we could meet up. Just the two of us.
I'd be lying if I didn't think that was a great idea. Next break we have.
Good. Then I'll be seeing you in your room soon. Clothing's optional. Zach, want some company?
It's yours.
I think I'm falling in love.
Nisha, don't. I like you. I do. We've had fun. But with everything going on, if I get in a relationship right now, I'd just fuck it up, you know?
Sure. And if you're just gonna mess it up, then we might as well not even try. Right?
I want to thank you, Zach. I'm still trying to come to terms with some thoughts and feelings about what we found in the dome together. What we've found together. All of it. I never felt so close to anyone. No one's ever given me this much before. I guess what I'm saying is, and I don't want to say something that's gonna, you know, whatever, but it made me realize you mean more to me than a friendship. More than... You've become someone I want to be like. No. Someone I want to be with.
It's not gonna whatever me, Andrew. I feel exactly the same way. The same. Next time we're on break, come meet me in my bedroom. If you want.
I do. And I will. You alone?
Not anymore.
Zach, I mean, being this close, going through this journey together, I don't want it to stop. Ever.
Andrew, look, I didn't mean to. It's been fun. Let's just leave it at that. I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm just looking to blow off some steam.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. Should have seen that one coming, I guess. Bother you? Using the real, authentic relics as bait?
We'll only be using the minor relics. Novelty items that don't do anything. Could probably find them in any old ruin.
Just because they're novelty items to a Technomancer doesn't make them any less valuable. We want the clergy to believe they're worth dying for.
Exactly why fakes would make people suspicious. Hi.
Hi there. How can I help you?
I was told the Colonel was using girls.
Then you were told the truth. Though saying exploited rather than used would be more accurate. He puts them with guys he wants information from, who they blackmail. They need to do everything and anything the guys want them to do, too. Real bad things a lot of times. Real.
If you have any evidence, it'd help me bring Victor to his knees.
Yes, well, the girls had a pimp who'd collect all the info for his boss on a tablet. Write down all Victor's orders. Kinda stupid if you ask me, but most thugs are. So, in case you're not catching on, you steal that tablet, you'll have all the evidence you'll need. The pimp used to dabble in the exchange. Be careful if you're gonna poke around in there. It was well guarded, if I remember right.
Thanks.
There is irony in the fact that the chief of the ASC, who has established monitors for every citizen's behavior, is himself involved in trafficking. Not that blackmail and spying are not common, but he hasn't even shown much caution in hiding his role.
Hopefully this tablet gives us all the proof we need to out him. Without some sort of evidence, it's gonna be hard to use it against him at the assembly.
I would bet that even indirect evidence would be enough to damage him irreparably. This is politics, not war. Even subtle cuts can lead to death.
Welcome, welcome. What's your pleasure? What are you looking for?
I'm looking to buy some ASC uniforms.
Not an easy thing to come by, but if you're willing to pay high enough.
I'll take them all.
That's what I'm talking about. Making business.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
I need your help. I'm trying to compel some assembly members to withdraw their support for Victor.
You have my attention.
There's a fraction of religious assembly members that would be appalled to learn Victor keeps certain relics for personal use. And if they did, it's all but certain that they would drop their endorsements and exile him.
And how exactly do you plan to prove that?
Oh, just by making Victor's relic collecting a little more visible to the public eye. Imagine a few ASC agents carrying relics, along with orders stipulating that they bring these objects to the Colonel. They're chugging along until they bump into a group of concerned citizens who insist they bring the relics back to the proper authorities.
Ah, so I guess you'll play a concerned citizen while my men dress up as ASC agents. They won't be flattered, but if you provide the costumes, they'll take care of the rest. I am pleased to know that my use of disguises inspired you. Perhaps we'll own a theater together someday. Anyway, you can count on me.
Please, Seth, let me live. I did nothing.
You betrayed your people, never stopped being a slave, supporting Phobos who is more human than mutant. You deserve to die!
Seth, please! Allow me to take shelter!
Seth, it is you who are the traitor. If your hate for me is so great, let Deimos go and come after me. Let your rage be fulfilled.
Thank you. Thank you for helping. I thought that was the end.
Why?
Why what? Why did I turn in your mother? Ruin your plans with that man from Aurora? Because you Phobos are a traitor. Closer to your human mother than to us. Your own kind. I thought cutting that cord might pull you back to us. I was wrong. Even now, you leave us to go with that human. For what? While idiots like Deimos dote on you, defend you, swear you have had your reasons. Cain may be savage, but at least he knew where his loyalties lay. Remembers what we all went through.
Does your hatred have no end, Seth? Does the cancer still spread through you?
It's my turn to ask, why, Phobos? Why did you abandon me?
Hello, Phobos.
Hello, Zachariah. What can I do for you? Things could have transpired for Aurora to dismiss their own dowser. It's almost common knowledge that he was responsible for the victory of your abundance.
Maybe we'll find out a bit more when we catch the messenger. You a messenger?
Look, I can't tell you anything. Please, if I can't. The information I have is...
I know, but you're gonna have to comply. Train stopped. I'm gonna need your tablet and all the information that you can provide me about your dowser.
What? I would never jeopardize Aurora.
Either way, you're gonna give me what I want. You can give it to me, or I can pry it from your cold, dead hands.
You don't understand. Now, if I tell you, they will kill me. Either way, I will never be able to return to Aurora. Our dowser, Wisdom, was dismissed, executed. Take my tablet. It has anything else you want to know. Now please, please leave me alone. Please.
So, why have they decided to go at it without their war hero?
Don't know yet. Word is it was treason, but in times like this, that can mean anything. It's chaos there.
That sounds bad for Aurora. Especially given the fact that the second Abundance's military gets its hands on that tablet, they're gonna rain hell down.
Mr. Mancer, I was sent by an important citizen. He's in need of your help and promises great support in return. He is waiting at the Curiosities for you.
I'm guessing you're not gonna give me this important citizen's name.
No, just, he says he already owes you his life. I need to go. Can't risk people seeing us together. Goodbye.
Captain, good to see you. You hear the rumor about Aurora's dowser?
Dismissed? Of course. We have a general who's dying to hear if it's true. It would open a door to recover what was taken from us.
Tell your general he can stop dying then. I took a tablet from an Aurora messenger. Confirmed everything.
Where Victor failed, you succeeded. And it is exactly what our military commanders will think. Colonel's going to have trouble keeping support in the assembly with that out there. Well done, Lieutenant.
Not pretend like I like donning the role of docile slave again.
It's just an act to get us in, Phobos. One you've done before. You're just following your mask. Yes.
At least most Etherians do not even see us.
My, aren't we sprightly today? Not even a slight bit suspicious? Maybe it's a trap.
If it was, I don't think he'd have arranged it in front of one of the most popular bars in Ophir.
Victor's so powerful that nothing he could do would surprise me. Well, you're right. There are easier ways of setting us up.
Your Honor, I wish I'd known. You sent me that message?
I need to talk to you. I've kept an eye on you since you saved me. I never believed the lies the Colonel's been spreading about you. I just, unfortunately, did not know how I could be of help. Victor is a power-hungry sociopath, driven by his personal goals, destroying abundance. I've known it for years, but could never do anything about it.
Why not?
4 years ago, my son disappeared, and soon after, I started receiving messages telling me that if I ever wanted to see him alive, I needed to make certain decisions in my court. I never knew for sure who was behind it, even if I had my suspicions. Only recently did it become clear. Every decision I was instructed to make cleared the way for Victor's rise to power. He's holding my son, making me his puppet. It has to stop. For my son, for abundance, do you hear me? I have seen your strength with my own eyes. Save my son, and I promise you will not from this day forward fight the ASC alone. With my influence in the Assembly, I could easily have you reinstated.
I just want Victor to fall. That's enough for me. Any idea where he might be holding your son?
I wish I did. I know the ASC has secret facilities. Some say they're in the underworks. I don't know. Hearsay, perhaps, but if true, maybe someone in the army or mutants who helped build them might know better.
I'll do my best, Your Honor. I promise.
We will have to eliminate some of the guards if we hope to talk to my people. The guilt-free town is giving us most
Hey there.
Hello? What does the man want?
I'm Zachariah Mancer. I'm an ally of the Free Mutants, and I need some information.
She is listening, but is not sure she can help.
I know the ASC's got secret facilities somewhere in the city, probably in the slums. Probably use mutants to build them. I need to find them. You know where they are?
The man was lucky to find her. She worked to build the place. She knows the path under the source that leads straight to it. She can show it on a map.
Thanks. Yeah, that'd be a big help. Hey, are you the chief around here?
He is, yes. I am the chief of those who do not willingly bow to men. Do you wish to punish me?
We are here to help you organize an escape. You can trust Zachariah Mancer. He has saved many of our people already.
Beg? But I thought... Oh, you were playing a fool. Smart.
I was Beg, but I come to you as Phobos.
Phobos, the legend himself. And to think we had pegged you for a drooling Dumbo. Sorry, sir. I feel like I'm dreaming. A human? Offering to help us? I won't say no, but I hope I don't wake up soon. I need explosives so we can blast our way into the underworld. But I cannot make any here. They would spot any contraband on me right away. If you can find explosives, we'll be able to make a hole big enough for us to escape through. And I need to warn some groups. You'll also need to give a rousing speech. Many of them are terrified of disobeying humans. But maybe they'll listen to you. Anyway, there's one last problem.
What?
We have a mole. There's a brother here who works for the humans. I haven't figured out who, but if we don't flush him out, our escape plan will have failed before it even began.
Any idea how to blow his cover?
Not sure, but if the human brings up our legendary icons, like Phobos or Scum, he might try to overdo it and sing their praise to the moons.
All right, I'll take care of it.
This is still so odd, but I thank you.
What does the man want?
Quiet. Shut up. Scum sent me to free you and bring you to the Underworks. You should be able to get out from there.
Scum sent you? Yes. Thank you. They had stopped hoping they could ever escape. They will follow you wherever you lead. If they go that way, man, they will die. They must go to the Underworks, like Man said earlier.
Hello?
What does the man want?
I just want to know more about Phobos and Scum, if you wouldn't mind talking.
He knows nothing of those names. Those names are not from the pen.
All right. You don't want to get out of here, do you? Why?
He does. He wants. If we try to leave, we will be killed like dogs.
Believe it or not, a lot of you have gotten out of here and are living freely now.
Some escaped. Many died. Better in chains than in a grave.
You heard of Mutant Valley?
They talk about it like it was paradise. Like a dream. A dream that may not be more than that.
It's as real as your scars. I've seen it. I've been there. Only mutants live there. Free and in peace. There's a crater covered in lichen. No guards, no whips, no forced work. Mutants that are happy. Don't you deserve that too? I know you're scared you'll get caught, and what'll happen to you if you do. But if you take the Underwork, you'll reach the place the merchants keep their sand sails. They're your allies. They'll help you escape. I have a feeling you do know Phobos. You know how many times he's fled the city, helped others like you be free?
That is true, but back then he knew me as Beg.
Yes. I recognize you, Beg. But... you are Phobos?
I am. And what my friend is telling you is true. I have escaped this city many times.
And he's done it alone, which you won't have to do. You'll find help every step of the way. You'll be fine.
I can't stay here while my brothers escape. Tell the chief, I am ready to break free too.
Hey.
Hello, man. Can he help you?
If he can tell me about Scum and Phobos, maybe.
He has never heard those names.
If you're not a mole, why didn't you try to escape with the rest?
He is scared. He has seen brothers caught trying to do so. The brothers were beaten, and worse, there is no escape. There is only death.
I'll give explosives to your chief. When I give the order, he'll make a breach leading to the Underwork. And by going that way, your people can slip into the canyon undetected. No patrols, no violence, and you can finally be free.
Explosives? If we could smuggle that in, then... Yes, we could. Yes, I'm beginning to believe. Maybe we can succeed. Count me in.
Hi.
Hi. What can he do for the man?
He can tell me what he knows about Phobos and scum.
He knows only they're mutant rebels. Escaped with many mutants to create a mutant nation that is the enemy of Mother Abundance. Traitors who were hiding far from here. Somewhere he does not know.
Wow, looks like we found our mole.
To think how much they've been broken, that even the idea of fighting for freedom scares them. At least you convinced them, though. Just cross your fingers they reach Mutant Valley without any problems.
There he is!
Here we go. Through this trapdoor, you'll reach the underworks, and from there, the canyons. The mutants and merchants will be more than happy to take you in, and bring you to Mutant Valley. Go on. You're free now. Greetings, Mr. Law. I know you're a religious man, and from one man of faith to another, I wanted to give you these relics, and this message.
Relics? Where did you recover these?
Some friends and I overheard several ASC soldiers. They were gonna deliver these relics to Victor for his personal use. We were outraged by their sins. So as they made their way to the Colonel, we stopped their blasphemy from going any further. We attacked them and recovered these relics.
How despicable! Colonel Victor must be corrected if he feels he could desecrate our relics. Anyway, you showed great bravery, young man. We need more heroes like you. The Shadow won't forget you. I am sure of it. I'll return the relics to the People's House right away. And like all of us, the Colonel will pay for his sins. I'll tell my friends. Victor will receive our support no longer.
Thank you, Mr. Law. I'm so glad I did the right thing.
What's on that tablet's not only gonna bring Victor down, it holds a lot of power. You know how much of the assembly can be blackmailed with the info in there? Half those girls' clients are politicians. Better give it to someone we trust. Gets into the wrong hands, a lot of people can suffer.
Captain, good to see you. I recovered a tablet from a pimp working for Victor. It holds all the secrets his girls managed to get out of their clients.
And you have evidence Victor was involved?
With all those notes, he also wrote down every order Victor ever gave him. How much more incriminating could they be?
Give me that. I'll pass it up the chain. Victor's gonna have a hard time recovering from a scandal like this.
That's the hope, Captain.
I can't believe it, Zach, but you did it. They just told me an influential assembly member wishes to chat with you. I think he's leaning toward giving Victor the boot.
I don't know if it's worth the risk. What if I get caught in public? There's still a bounty on my head.
If this meeting
Traitors,
goes well,
get up!
Since he's asked you discreetly in front of the curiosities, I don't think he's trying to start a brawl in a crowded public joint like that. Just tell the truth, and it'll be bye-bye, Victor.
You're not a member of the ASC. What are you... How did you get in here?
You Simon Judge's son? Your father asked me to find you and bring you home.
Bullshit. My father abandoned me years ago, and now he comes to rescue me from the only people who have cared for me since? He never gave a damn about me. Can't you see I'm happy here? The ASC is my new family. Get out.
He didn't abandon you. The ASC kidnapped you, and have been using you to blackmail your father. He's been following their demands for the past 4 years, all to keep you safe. As soon as he learned about your whereabouts, he sent us to bring you home.
Why the hell should I believe you?
Because I'm telling you the truth. I know it doesn't make any sense right now, but the ASC's chief, Victor, had you kidnapped years ago to manipulate your dad. And your dad never knew who had you. Your dad only figured it out after he was asked to just openly support Victor's power grab. Once he knew, he sent us.
I don't... But where is he? If it's true, then where is my father?
Go to the Curiosities, a bar in the slums. Wait there and your dad will meet you. If he's not there when you get there, just ask the bartender to hide you for a while. He's used to that kind of thing. Alright, let's go see the judge. Break the good news that his son's finally free of the fucking ASC.
Judge must be happy to have his son back, even if... I wonder if he'll be able to convince him.
You think he'll go back to the ASC?
Victor's men broke his mind and soul, turned him into what they wanted. It will take a lot of care to reopen his eyes. We can only hope he gets it.
Hi, Zach. How are you?
Hello, Amelia. I'm fine, thanks. I'm gonna need some explosives to help the mutants escape through the underworks. You have any?
Good thing you asked the only girl on this planet who always carries a little nitro in her pocket for just such an occasion. I can make you some explosives, but not something I can do just anywhere. I could do it in my shed. Got reagents in there and enough room to work. It'll keep things safe, relatively speaking.
You find your boy?
Yes, I sure did. He's in a safe place now. He's recovering. Being isolated as much as he was has... well, it'll take time, I'm sure, for him to be back to his former self. Until then, I will find a way to turn the Assembly against Victor. Let him try to get another law passed. It'll be like hitting a mountain.
Thank you.
No, Zachariah. It is I who am indebted to you. Not just for what you have done for my family, but for Abundance, who deserves better than this tyrant.
Get him!
Hi, Zach. How are you?
Hello, Amelia. I'm fine, thanks. I'm gonna need some explosives to help the mutants escape through the underworks. You have any?
No, but I can make you some real quick. Just takes a minute.
Take this. It goes boom boom. Wait for my signal. I'll tell you when to make a break for it.
Thank you. I shall hide them while we wait.
You'll be able to escape. I found your traitor and I convinced the others to follow you.
So, we are ready. I hope that we will see each other again, Mancer.
Square one.
Damn, that's weird. But I thought the dome was in ruins. So then, where'd they put that old geezer?
There should be a few standing structures next to the ones that collapsed. Unless they've already started clearing the rubble.
That sounds like bad news.
It would be. There were secrets in those ruins. I'd rather have stayed buried. Especially from the ASC.
That's the problem with secrets. All that time spent worrying about someone finding out. It's a burden that turns into a habit, that turns into obsession. I know you're just as scared about what's in the dome as what patience might reveal. I just hope the old man's still holding on. He's as stubborn as an unfed ostrich. But I don't know if he'll be enough in the hands of the ASC.
Poor Patience. He thought he was finally safe in Noctis. Instead, we threw him straight back into Victor's arms.
What do you mean? We saved him from that camp.
It's just, we must have attracted the attention of Victor's spies when we asked Dandolo to keep an eye on him. He was supposed to be just another nobody in Noctis, but our request ended up selling him out.
These thugs, more like cavemen with bigger sticks, don't understand respect, science, age, or knowledge. Any problem they can't solve, they'll use torture. What's 2 plus 2? I don't know. Let's torture the mathematician and find out. Ugly brutes. If they take power in abundance, they'll turn it into a Darwinistic jungle. A whole group of psychopaths, wanting to take control of everything through mindless violence.
Sounds like this story hits close to home.
It's true. I understand what that poor Technomancer must be going through. The pain. So, I hope we find him soon.
We'll have to be careful. The place must be teeming with troops. And as much as I believe in the honest run and gun, if they hold Patience hostage, our rescue plans might have to be a bit more sophisticated.
You're right.
This is where you were initiated.
Yeah, but the dome was in better condition, and the ASC weren't here. There was a giant mantis, though.
A giant mantis? Don't tell me that was part of the initiation.
No, the area had decoys dressed as thieves. The monsters were unplanned. Though I learned a lot from the experience. If it weren't for my master, I would have died down there.
Must be strange coming back. All the memories.
Patience, wake up! Patience, come on! Damn it, they almost killed him.
Stop! Let me go. I won't tell you it. Zach, holy shit, is it really you?
What the hell happened to you?
I was on the way back to my place. There was someone behind me, and before I could turn, he was on me. Next thing I knew, I woke up in a cell. They tortured me for days. Wanted me to talk, wanted me to tell them everything I knew about you. Where you were, what you were doing, what we found.
You figure out what the tablet said?
Unfortunately. If I hadn't, then I wouldn't have been able to tell them anything, but I just finished when they found me.
What did it say?
It talked about a giant research base that was able to keep in contact with Earth. They had a beacon and gave the base's coordinates. I mean, the coordinates weren't up to date anymore, so I had to recalculate them, but it's in the South Pole, Zach. It's protected by a huge layer of ice.
What did you tell him?
At the beginning, I fought, Zach. I did. I fought. Didn't say a damn thing. Then Victor came. And the shit he did to me, Zach, you have no idea. I didn't tell him everything. I didn't, but I had to tell him something. Or I told him what I found in the tablet. Everything. I'm so sorry.
Stop. It's fine. You did what you could. Everyone's got a breaking point. If you can walk, we need to get out of here.
I can. Let me try. Just let me rest a minute. Just a minute.
All right, let's untie you and get you out of here.
Must find the City of Ice before they do, Zachariah. If Victor finds the beacon, he could use it to gain the people's trust. Furthermore, if he finds the secrets buried there...
He's got a head start, but we'll catch him.
Aye, aye, Zach. If it's really the City of Ice...
What?
I'll have to make some mods. It'll be tougher than you think. Also, wear an extra layer or two if you don't want to freeze your nuts off.
Big Ice City. That reminds me of...
A tangent that'll lead to another tangent?
No, Yes, that was it.
As long as Victor has the Assembly's blessing and the full support of the ASC, it'll be pointless to look for that city. With his huge resource advantage, he'd beat us there every time.
What do you think we'll find in that lost city? You know, besides the beacon. I suspect the settlers brought back plants and animals from Earth, and probably left some in that base. And if just a few survived, we could find an ecosystem unlike any on Mars, completely sheltered by the ice.
Why should we go to this city instead of just overthrowing Victor? What are you planning?
I'm looking for a beacon. I want to get in touch with Earth, but not so I can run from the ASC, and so I can reunite with our ancestors, gain back everything we've lost. With the people of Earth, we can stop the wars over water. We can utilize the technology we lost. We can understand the choices they made.
That sounds perfect. Too perfect. I hope what we find doesn't disappoint you.
Meet Patience. We just broke him out of one of the ASC's jails. He could use a place to recover.
Then he is welcome to recover here. Our healers, Patience, will be honored to tend to your wounds.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you. All this reminds me of an old hiding spot I had in the desert. Thank you again, both of you.
This is real nice and all, but I don't know about all this.
About what?
I'm guessing you're gonna want to go to that city, right? Right. Problem is, that city's coordinates, according to what Patience said, is the South Pole. Rover's good, but it ain't that good.
Any way to make it that good?
I don't know. Gotta think about it. I mean, it'd need some sort of ice-breaking blade in the front and insulation around the whole thing.
If I know you, I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I like your faith in me, but... Problem is, I don't have a damn clue how to add all that heavy shit to the rover's frame without slowing it down like fucking crazy. My dad would have known what to do. Not my dad, though. I knew he'd made improvements to his machines, but I don't remember seeing any diagrams. Though they could be somewhere in the shed. I don't know. Maybe Scott could help us?
We can ask, I guess, then head to the shed with him. See what we find.
Gonna be damn fucking cold out there, Zach.
Maybe we should go borrow some gear from Victor. He's known the site's coordinates a lot longer than we have. Sure, he's built some cold weather equipment already.
I like the way you think, Zach.
Hi.
Zachariah, to what do I owe this privilege?
I helped free your brothers.
Everybody? Did you save everybody?
Yeah, every one of them, safe and sound.
Oh, Zachariah, Zachariah, you are priceless. All the lives you have saved, all the good you've done, thank you. However, with my thanks, may I also ask another favor?
Of course.
Our growing nation is still trying to find itself. We can't continue to endure something that we feel is not true, but at the same time we have this yearning to look to the past to help explain our creation.
And you want me to help with that somehow? I'm not sure.
We are undertaking research in attempt to understand the ties that still bind us to the settlers.
Ah, and you want relics?
Yes, to understand our connection to the past. But not just any relics. I've heard of 2 particular relics that might enlighten us, that might point to mutation before the turmoil, and that could finally cement our understanding.
Not the kind of relics you find in a thief's inventory.
No, from what I've heard, one's in Ophir, the other Noctis.
All right, I can try to find them for you, but just trust me. More often than not, relics don't give you the answers you hope they will. Hi.
Zachariah, to what do I owe this privilege?
I found the relics you wanted. Here you go. Remember what I said, though.
Oh, Zachariah, yes, of course. I am not a blind optimist. Just someone looking for sparks of knowledge and understanding. With such little expected, there is little chance for disappointment. And if the relics raise only more questions, then we will go in search of more answers.
Holy shit. Feels like it's been forever since I was back in my shed. Good to be home. Now, where do we start our search?
No idea. I was hoping you'd point the way.
I hope I'll be able to help you find what you're looking for. But if I were you, I wouldn't expect too much from my memories. They're rather vague. It's been so long.
Give yourself some credit, Scott. We'll find something useful.
If you say so, ask away.
Can't open the lock or break it. Gonna need the combination. Can't open the lock or break it. Gonna need the combination. You have any idea where we should start looking?
Nah, not really. I barely even remember my dad. He disappeared when I was a kid. Never really even saw him here.
So this is where your father worked?
Yeah. I mean, looks nothing like... Desk was taken out a long time ago by someone, looted, or... I don't know. But, yeah. This is where he worked.
What about all his tools? They're gone too.
Most. But I found a box in his room which probably had his favorites, and... he had a locker that I never cracked.
Let me take a look at the tools and locker. Did your father have any secrets?
Who doesn't, Zach? Not as many as Technomancers, I'm sure, but secrets tend to come with being a Reacher. See shit when you're out and about, and you don't want to talk about it when you get home. So, yeah, I'm sure he had them. But I was so damn young that they were sure as hell nothing he ever told me about.
Do you have any memories of your dad?
Well, he was gone a lot. Traveling. But yeah, I mean, like, when he was home, I remember the stories he would tell me. Crazy shit. And he'd make me a lot of drawings, just things to make me laugh, doodles and stuff. He'd do it anywhere. I remember right when I started working here, I even found one of his doodles on the wall.
On a wall? Maybe more than just a doodle. Do you have any memories of your dad?
Well, he was gone a lot. Traveling. But yeah, I mean, like, when he was home, I remember the stories he would tell me. Crazy shit. And he'd make me a lot of drawings, just things to make me laugh, doodles and stuff. He'd do it anywhere. I remember right when I started working here, I even found one of his doodles on the wall.
On a wall? Maybe more than just a doodle. Alright, I'm gonna start combing the place. Maybe we'll find something.
Lead the way.
Can't open the lock or break it. Gonna need the combination. Your old friend Mark apparently made drawings that diagrammed how he improved his rover. They gotta be around here somewhere. He ever talked to you about them?
No, I don't believe him. That was some time ago, though. But I do recall his rover undergoing massive changes at some point. Vaguely, like a fuzzy, hazy dream.
Do you remember where he'd put his tools and drawings?
Mark was private and protective of his stuff. Didn't like people nosing around. And since he always had people visiting his shed, he would take things, tools and things, into his bedroom when they came. I always found it curious why someone would want to sleep with a screwdriver, but to each his own.
Right. Well, maybe they're still in there. Where did he used to put his valuables?
Oh, Zachariah, I'm not sure he had valuables. At least not in financial terms. Valuable with memories, perhaps? Those things he put in a locker, I believe, if I recall correctly.
You ever look inside that locker, Amelia?
No, No. It had a big lock with a code on it. Never knew how to get in, and after a while, I just forgot about it. Also felt like going through his stuff was kind of acknowledging he was never coming back.
Maybe I can break it open. I'll head back and check the shed. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky and find something.
Well, yes, it is a very large shed. I'm sure you will find something, even if not something you're looking for.
Can't open the lock or break it. Gonna need the combination. I know you didn't know him that well, and it was a real long time ago, but if you could remember anything...
I'm trying, Zach. I'm doing my best.
What about a lucky number? Did he have one?
I don't... If he did, I never knew. Or sure as shit don't remember now.
Maybe he used you, or your mom's birthdays, or their anniversary, or something like...
You really think I didn't already try all those? Seriously? Give me a little credit.
What else was important to your dad, other than his family?
He was a Reacher, so traveling and his rover. I remember that rover. Remember one time we wrote this little mantra he had on the dashboard.
What was it?
I don't know, it was something about time and exploration. something about every soul being too short to explore all of Mars, but how each soul still brings a new discovery. Or something like that.
Well, a soul's a Martian day. That's 24 hours, 39 minutes, 35 seconds. Worth a try? Alright, I'm gonna start combing the place. Maybe we'll find something.
Lead the way.
I know you didn't know him that well.
I'm trying.
Alright, I'm gonna start
Lead the way.
Worked. Locker's open. Just needed to enter the duration of a soul. All for a single key. Not a damn clue what it even goes to. I know you didn't know him that well. I found this key. Any idea what it could open?
Nah, never needed a key like that in here. No idea what it would open. Already opened the shed safes.
Your dad have any other safes? Maybe some got moved.
I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like if he had, I'd have gotten them when I took over the shed.
What about another shed? Any chance he had more than one?
There are only 2 rover sheds in all of Ophir. The other one belongs to the Watchers, though, who have their own explorers, so we never even had access to that one.
Could be a fake wall or something. Any of the walls sound hollow, or...?
Zach, look where we're at. Quality construction isn't exactly a fucking priority around here. Every wall sounds hollow. Knock too hard and they might fall down.
You find any locks you couldn't open? Couldn't find a key for?
Nah, but let me see the key. Yeah, no, never seen this before. But what the hell's this drawing on it? Fuck, him and his little drawings. Looks like the same one that was on his wall, though, doesn't it?
Let's go take a look. If it is, it's probably not a coincidence. Amelia, there was a map of the shed with his tools.
Weird. It's not even close to the same shape. Like it was bigger back then. Don't remember any construction being done on it, though. Always just remember it how it is now.
Perhaps, and I am just, might Mark not have built a secret room in a corner of the shed? One in which he might have hid some more sensitive work, or maybe a favorite food. Though I don't remember him having a favorite food or anything, actually.
That's where your mind goes? A secret room for secret food? Now you've officially fucking lost it.
When all likely things are ruled out, the only other options are the unlikely. Got nothing to lose by at least poking around to see. Who knows? May even find this secret room. This drawing's hiding some sort of slot.
Maybe it's a lock?
Mark was quite the jester. He had the audacity, built a secret room in one of the army's sheds and hid a lock in one of his doodles. Oh, what a bold man. He was always the cooler one.
His notes are pretty detailed about this icebreaker. He even lists all the materials needed to build it. I should be able to find them. Oh, and there's a drawing of the whole rover here.
That's perfect! I can retrofit the front of my rover and just attach the icebreaker right to it.
That brings something to my... Should we not perhaps insulate the machine as well, considering the horrifically low temperature conditions at the pole?
Yeah, probably why he added a special coating to the shell. Some kind of light, flexible plate, if I'm reading the notes right. Doesn't say the exact material he used, though. Says how he attached it, but not what it's made of.
It calls to mind the abandoned dome. All those boxes of insulation lying about. You remember? Perhaps we could... more consideration at the least.
Yeah, that's... my dad's drawing. I could probably adapt him to the rover's frame. Why the hell were all those boxes there anyway?
It's where the people who worked in the city beneath the pole lived. To live in those conditions, you better have insulation. Some damn thick skin.
Maybe. Though the city shouldn't have been under the pole back then. It was nearby, not underneath. All the damn turmoil must have really fucked with the ice's structure. Only thing that's important, though, is you bringing those boxes back to me so I can make my baby cold weather resistant.
Hey, you wanted to see me?
Ah, yes. Sorry we had to meet here. The source must have been difficult to get to. But I'm pleased to finally make your acquaintance.
Yeah, this isn't exactly homey. What can I do for you?
I've been informed about Colonel Victor's less wholesome activities and your role in revealing them. With the assembly in uproar, my group is trying to pick a stance amidst the chaos.
Colonel Victor's scandals and his methods have shocked the members of the congregation and the common people. Continuing support of the Colonel is political suicide. The trust between the people and their leaders must be restored for the good of abundance.
You may be young, but you are wise. Victor is in a precarious position, and if his head is on a stake, his allies will join him. Better to jump ship before the crash. I, for one, have never approved of his methods, but the results have always been effective. The winds are changing, momentum is shifting, and we must show our objection to his brutality.
Corruption is rampant at every level of our corporation, but who can say no to serum?
Are you trying to bribe me?
No, of course not. I was simply referring to the Colonel's buyouts of certain assembly members. This back scratching has been toxic for abundance. For now, Victor roams unchecked.
I agree. Alone, I can do nothing but agree. Perhaps it is time to gather truly honest men to represent the people of our great corporation.
Look around you. Do you see the people? They're scared, angry. Victor's incessant intrusion has violated the privacy of their lives, their relationships. They no longer feel free. All this whistleblowing has shattered our sense of community. No one trusts each other, and vendettas and misunderstandings alike send innocents to be imprisoned, tortured, or killed at the ASC's whim. Colonel Victor won't stop until he pushes the people of Abundance to flee or fight to the brink of revolution.
You're painting a very dark picture here. What you're saying could happen, I agree. Victor's playing with fire, and the flames grow with each passing day. We could lose everybody. Our workers, our scientists, our soldiers. And they will be turned into our worst enemy.
Our army's ranks are spread thin and filled with the Colonel's lackeys. If he wanted to seize power, declare martial law, Abundance wouldn't have the strength to repel him. And his unjustified arrests of our master Technomancers forced them to flee, adding to our enemy's advantage in skilled forces. Many of our soldiers have deserted, some unwilling to participate in Victor's madness. Others turned mad by his combat drugs. We must stop Victor before it's too late.
Oh my. I did not realize Victor had taken things so far. This is grave news. You're right. We need to curtail the bleeding, so we can give our army a chance to rebuild.
I remember a time when Abundance was the crown jewel of Mars, the epitome of the best of doctors, technicians, scientists. But today, these bright minds are, oh, the horror, a travesty that Zachariah neglected to tell you about, the vilest scandal of all. My colleagues who don't run away are put away into re-education camps, giant brainwashing centers. This spiteful man you call Colonel is persecuting our best.
Really? This is the first I've ever... If this is true, this is indeed a problem. Without our scientists, we'll soon lose our advantages over our rivals.
Listen, man. I'm the poster girl of Abundance. This city, it's my home. So when I see what this piece of shit, human garbage Colonel Motherfucker has done to it, it makes me pretty pissed off. We can't let this continue!
I think I now understand why we didn't include a caption with the photo. You are quite persuasive. You have convinced me. I will go and try to do the same to my peers. Of course, even with unanimous focus and direction, it will take months to regain the trust of our people and rebuild the strength of our army. But most urgently, we must remove the man who started it all. An extraordinary meeting will take place in a few hours, and I have no doubt that it will end with good news.
No mercy for traitors! Treacherous scum!
Two-faced bastard! Cut out his tongue!
Bumbling fool! Throw him in with the mutants! Get him!
later. Get him!
Oh, what a nice jacket. I think I shall look quite chic. And look that for you. You can wear combat equipment beneath it without sacrificing comfort. Remarkable. To save us from a hypothermic death. Then again, I heard it's not so bad. Never tried.
Hi, Zach. How are you?
Hello, Amelia. I'm fine, thanks. Alright, so you got everything you need now to get your rover ready for the ice, yeah?
Only thing I need left is some time. A day should do it. Want me to get started now?
No reason to wait. Gotta be ready as soon as possible. here. We're finally here. I hope the beacon of this lost city actually works.
For fuck's sake, it's better. Walking to the pole would be a pain in the ass. Our rover mods have made my baby more sluggish than, well, me after a few drinks. Anyway, I can tell you that we aren't the first to go down this path.
You think it's the ASC?
Not sure, but I can make out tracks. Some of which look older than you.
This brings back memories.
What else is fucking new?
No, I've been down that road before. Yeah, I'm 50, 90, 100% sure it's with your father.
And you couldn't say that earlier?
I wasn't familiar with the road. I'm sorry. I just didn't realize that this was the city that we...
All right, settle down, you two. Let's not dwell on the past. We can do that later, when it's warm. But Scott, if you've been here before, your memories could be useful.
How strange. This feels like we're going back in time. I wonder how this will change things between humans and mutants.
If we contact Earth, many things will change. And if we have any say, those changes will be for the betterment of all mutant kind.
Soothing words, but I cannot help but be suspicious. They may be our ancestors, but I have the feeling they won't be pleased with their descendants.
I wonder if Victor's beat us to the punch. If he did.
He wouldn't destroy it. He couldn't. He's an egomaniac. He'd just want credit for being the first to turn it. No, what worries me is what happens if he discovers our secret.
Either way, it's time to end this. Time for a little payback. Mancer style.
Zach, I'm nervous. Whatever we discover could change our lives, and everyone's on Mars. Do we really want to contact a planet that has neglected us for so long?
If we don't do it, someone else will. And they might have less than pure intentions.
True. Better us than someone like Victor. But still, it's such a precarious responsibility.
The rover probably belongs to the ASC. Bridge collapsed behind them, but Victor couldn't have gone too far. Better keep my guard up.
Never seen anything like that before. Trust me, I've been around. You think there's some kind of animal that mutated on their own?
Makes sense. Colonists brought different species here for experiments. I guess you can call these the results.
Well, be careful. Don't know what else this city has. Damn. More ASC.
We knew they had reached the city, so I can't say it's a surprise.
No, but I hope it's the last time we cross paths with Victor's grunt. Getting pretty sick of their faces.
Zachariah Mancer. I was wondering if you'd make it this far. But I must admit you're particularly sharp. For a mutant. You are too late. I've already discovered the dark secret that your kind has hidden for so long. However, this city... amazing, isn't it? So full of wonders. A complex of keys to a brand new world.
That doesn't matter. You're not gonna live to see it.
Really? Do you intend to kill me? Like that poor boy Jeff? You won't get the opportunity, I'm afraid. My men are a little bit on edge after what you did to their comrade. Now, if you would be so kind, I'm going to pry that last secret out of the belly of this city. The one that will give me a hero's welcome back at Abundance. Help me impose a new world order. Farewell, Zachariah. Chin up. Thanks to your hard work, Abundance will now have a bigger, brighter future.
Sorry to bother you, but I'm gonna have to stop you right there.
I have to admit, even after everything, you are still full of surprises. Such tenacity. Your efforts are futile. Don't you understand? If not me, someone else is bound to reveal your secret. So why not use this revelation as an opportunity? As a chance to promote the corporation that raised you?
You're the one who doesn't realize he's playing with fire, and that even tyrants can burn.
We shall see.
It seems as if the weight of his hate was finally too much for him to bear. The villain is vanquished. His heart attack the final blow. Zachariah, you are free.
That's disappointing. I was hoping to... What?
It's a cry of something huge and hulking. Time is short. We must reach the city center.
Surely the beacon is here. This place is breathtaking. The ice has preserved it well.
Initializing solar system display. Connection to Earth in progress. Connection failed. Extrapolating incomplete data. Updating solar system display.
Destroyed. Earth is gone. All these years wasted dreaming of a rescue from a place that's nothing but a cloud of scattered rocks. Everyone on Mars, if they hear of this, they'll be devastated. What am I gonna tell them? What should I do, Andrew?
Wish I had the perfect answer for you, but I can only tell you how I feel. And I feel that people deserve the truth. The truth will set us free, right? Without a doubt, it will cause riots, maybe even wars. But you'll finally give people a chance to leave their lives of ignorance. Knowing that Mars is all we have is a scary thing, but it's just as liberating. And ceasing to pretend that Technomancers are human will let you, me, and all our brothers and sisters live openly, free and proud. And I'm sure that Noctis or Mutant Valley would welcome us if the corporation's views on us turn sour.
What do you think, Nisha?
I think it's our responsibility to tell the world that there's nothing to expect from the outside. But we have to do it gently. Otherwise, we'd be looking at a worldwide revolution. And if you reveal your true colors to abundance, it won't accept you for who you are. But you know you'll always be welcome at Noctis. Whatever happens, your support could shift the balance of power on Mars, and what better city to pick than Noctis, the one place that accepts all walks of life, human or mutant.
What do you think I should do, Amelia?
Grow a pair of ears, will ya? I say, cut the bullshit. Tell everyone the truth. It'll suck in the beginning, but only by knowing will people start growing. Damn, I should be a poet. Abundance might fall, but after what they did to us, sucks to suck. Then we could always crash at Noctis or Mutant Valley, right?
Scott, I need advice.
It's a difficult decision indeed. I would be tempted myself to spill the beans, as you youths would say, but I still... I know from experience that the truth is quite like a mushroom cloud. Do you want to set off the bomb? Not just one, but two terrible, awful, catastrophic secrets. I shuddered, but Zach, nothing stops us from going home. With Victor's passing, you would undoubtedly, well, there's always a small chance, likely become the great master of Abundance's Technomancers. And you could do great things for our corporation and our city. Help science, stop corruption, restore justice. You could do it all, my boy. Just right now, I would very much like for us to go home and live none the wiser.
What would you do if you were me, Phobos?
I would reveal everything. The truth is not comforting, but it has proven us right. We decided to build our future here on the Red Planet, our planet, because there is nothing waiting for us out there. It's just a shame that humans haven't done the same. Show your true face to the world. Let the humans throw their tantrums and come join us in Mutant Valley. You and the Technomancers could help us turn our city into a nation, and together, We could make the world a paradise, where everyone can be proud of who they are, not ashamed of what they are. After all, aren't we brothers?
Let's head back to Ophir. Promise me, you'll never speak of what we learned here today. I know some of you wish I would tell the truth, but I couldn't live with myself if I started a new era of war. Abundance needs us, now more than ever, to rebuild. And once I'm officially Great Master, I swear to lead us into peace, and if all goes well, happiness. Come, it's time to go. Looking back now, I bet I wouldn't even recognize the young Zachariah Mancer who just earned his stripes. And little did I know that all my choices would compound together and shape the city under the ice. By allowing Bulgakov's safe passage out of the city, the Resistance survived and thrived, and their support later proved invaluable. Despite my orders, I couldn't bring myself to kill my fellow man, and I let the deserters and their leader go, only to find that one day he would return the favor. I remember letting poor Dave go, understanding he only betrayed me to protect his family. Meanwhile, a more dangerous spy was hiding in my shadow. Despite everything Jeffrey did to me, I couldn't let Nisha shoot him down like a dog. And even in all my efforts to be a good soldier, I was still exiled from Ophir. No matter what happened, Victor was always going to discredit me. Yet my decisions of friends, alliances, would greatly influence the events that followed. The day I left Ophir in a stolen rover was the day I had chosen the people alongside me to become my companions, through adventure, misfortune, and into battle. Later, I agreed to help Dandolo chase the Vori out of Noctis, for good, cutting them off at the bridgehead they hoped to use to infiltrate every settlement on Mars. And because of that, Anton came close to paying the ultimate price, when his men picked him as the scapegoat. But he's not a man you get rid of that easily. By becoming the Great Master of Technomancers, I've earned their unwavering loyalty, but I've also accepted a lifelong responsibility. Since I've left the city under the ice, I've had many young apprentices, and the Order is powerful again, our future bright. Scum keeps the young mutant nation alive and well, and with Phobos' help, he has managed to repel Corporation's troops, time and time again. And with the incoming surge of refugees, you'd be a fool to bet against Mutant Valley. It's destined to become the most powerful force on Mars. The release of the mutants of Ophir opened a breach that was never resealed. Thousands upon thousands of mutants escaped to join Mutant Valley, and today, the citizens of Abundance actually have to do the labor themselves. I visit Scott on occasion. He's still probably legally crazy, but he's found a way to use that eccentric energy for good. He treats children in the slums of Ophir, though this time he's not using them as guinea pigs. The Army's role in taking down Victor allowed it to regain its honorable post as the protector of Abundance. The generals have powerful representatives at the Assembly again. And even if the corporation has lost some luster and prestige after the Colonel's reign, at least it can properly defend itself. Dandolo made the most of our alliance, as you would expect. Noctis is now ubiquitous. Its merchants have obtained the right to citizenship in Ophir, and are free to come and go from the exchange as they please. After all the shifts in power, and all of our new discoveries, Mars doesn't look the worse for wear. There haven't been any riots or civil wars. We still keep the biggest secret of all to ourselves, and many on Mars cling to the hope that Earth will send a team of rescuers. Meanwhile, Abundance has grown strong again, and I've been recruiting new Technomancers in an attempt to do my part. I don't know what the future holds, but I feel the worst is behind me. Although whenever I look up at the sky, I know that we are on our own, that I am on my own, and I start to feel the weight of these secrets. reveal what we've learned in Noctis. Corporations will feel the blow, but at least for the first time, people will be allowed to choose their futures. And we can finally hope that a city like Noctis, that welcomes mutants and humans alike, will no longer be an anomaly, but someday become the norm. Come, it's time to go. Looking back now, I bet I wouldn't even recognize the young Zachariah Mancer who just earned his stripes. And little did I know that all my choices would compound together and shape the city under the ice. By allowing Bulgakov's safe passage out of the city, the Resistance survived and thrived, and their support later proved invaluable. Despite my orders, I couldn't bring myself to kill my fellow man, and I let the deserters and their leader go, only to find that one day he would return the favor. I remember letting poor Dave go, understanding he only betrayed me to protect his family. Meanwhile, a more dangerous spy was hiding in my shadow. Despite everything Jeffrey did to me, I couldn't let Nisha shoot him down like a dog. And even in all my efforts to be a good soldier, I was still exiled from Ophir. No matter what happened, Victor was always going to discredit me. Yet my decisions of friends, alliances, would greatly influence the events that followed. The day I left Ophir in a stolen rover was the day I had chosen the people alongside me to become my companions, through adventure, misfortune, and into battle. Later, I agreed to help Dandolo chase the Vori out of Noctis, for good, cutting them off at the bridgehead they hoped to use to infiltrate every settlement on Mars. And because of that, Anton came close to paying the ultimate price, when his men picked him as the scapegoat. But he's not a man you get rid of that easily. By becoming the great master of Technomancers, I've earned their unwavering loyalty, but I've also accepted a lifelong responsibility. Since I've left the city under the ice, I've had many young apprentices, and the Order is powerful again, our future bright. Scum keeps the young mutant nation alive and well, and with Phobos' help, he has managed to repel Corporation's troops, time and time again. And with the incoming surge of refugees, you'd be a fool to bet against Mutant Valley. It's destined to become the most powerful force on Mars. The release of the mutants of Ophir opened a breach that was never resealed. Thousands upon thousands of mutants escaped to join Mutant Valley, and today, the citizens of Abundance actually have to do the labor themselves. I visit Scott on occasion. He's still probably legally crazy, but he's found a way to use that eccentric energy for good. He treats children in the slums of Ophir, though this time he's not using them as guinea pigs. The Army's role in taking down Victor allowed it to regain its honorable post as the protector of Abundance. The generals have powerful representatives at the Assembly again. And even if the corporation has lost some luster and prestige after the Colonel's reign, at least it can properly defend itself. Dandolo made the most of our alliance, as you would expect. Noctis is now ubiquitous. Its merchants have obtained the right to citizenship in Ophir, and are free to come and go from the exchange as they please. Everything else was dwarfed by my choice to reveal the Earth's destruction. Rumors traveled faster than Rover, and when I showed proof, panic and chaos spread like a plague. Riots broke out. Civil wars erupted. The bubble had burst. The common people, realizing that no savants from Earth would come down to help them, finally began demanding war from their leaders. But Abundance and the other corporations are still here. Their power now grown beyond simple religious manipulations. My new home, Noctis, has boomed. More newcomers arrive every day, and we welcome them with open arms. Dandolo says it's time to consider expansion. I don't know what the future holds, and I can't help but feel guilty at times for the lives lost after I revealed the truth. But I'm happy to see the people of Mars forging ahead, seeking to build a future here on the Red Planet. Our planet. It's time for the truth. There'll be no more hiding, no more secrets. I'm gonna tell them of Earth's destruction and reveal the true identity of every single Technomancer on the planet. This news will send shockwaves across Mars, but it's the first step for changing our planet. For the better. Let's go. Mutant Valley awaits. Looking back now, I bet I wouldn't even recognize the young Zachariah Mancer who just earned his stripes. And little did I know that all my choices would compound together and shape the city under the ice. By allowing Bulgakov's safe passage out of the city, the Resistance survived and thrived, and their support later proved invaluable. Despite my orders, I couldn't bring myself to kill my fellow man, and I let the deserters and their leader go, only to find that one day he would return the favor. I remember letting poor Dave go, understanding he only betrayed me to protect his family. Meanwhile, a more dangerous spy was hiding in my shadow. Despite everything Jeffrey did to me, I couldn't let Nisha shoot him down like a dog. And even in all my efforts to be a good soldier, I was still exiled from Ophir. No matter what happened, Victor was always going to discredit me. Yet my decisions of friends, alliances, would greatly influence the events that followed. The day I left Ophir in a stolen rover was the day I had chosen the people alongside me to become my companions, through adventure, misfortune, and into battle. Later, I agreed to help Dandolo chase the Vori out of Noctis, for good, cutting them off at the bridgehead they hoped to use to infiltrate every settlement on Mars. And because of that, Anton came close to paying the ultimate price, when his men picked him as the scapegoat. But he's not a man you get rid of that easily. By becoming the great master of Technomancers, I've earned their unwavering loyalty, but I've also accepted a lifelong responsibility. Since I've left the city under the ice, I've had many young apprentices, and the Order is powerful again, our future bright. Scum keeps the young mutant nation alive and well, and with Phobos' help, he has managed to repel Corporation's troops, time and time again. And with the incoming surge of refugees, you'd be a fool to bet against Mutant Valley. It's destined to become the most powerful force on Mars. The release of the mutants of Ophir opened a breach that was never resealed. Thousands upon thousands of mutants escaped to join Mutant Valley, and today, the citizens of Abundance actually have to do the labor themselves. I visit Scott on occasion. He's still probably legally crazy, but he's found a way to use that eccentric energy for good. He treats children in the slums of Ophir, though this time he's not using them as guinea pigs. The Army's role in taking down Victor allowed it to regain its honorable post as the protector of Abundance. The generals have powerful representatives at the Assembly again. And even if the corporation has lost some luster and prestige after the Colonel's reign, at least it can properly defend itself. Dandolo made the most of our alliance, as you would expect. Noctis is now ubiquitous. Its merchants have obtained the right to citizenship in Ophir and are free to come and go from the exchange as they please. Yet nothing compared to my revelations. Learning that Earth was destroyed, discovering that Technomancers were mutants crafted in the vision of the settlers. When I announced the truth, the corporations lashed out. There were widespread riots and revolts, and most Technomancers fled before the leaders of the Alliance could put the pieces together. To adapt to Mars, we had to mutate, or we wouldn't survive. Remaining human had only been an illusion, and one that we had unknowingly mastered. I heard that a few scientists have reproduced Scott's experiments, and I have no doubt there'll be more of us in the future. One day, Mutant Valley won't be the only place a mutant can call home. Instead, it'll be the capital for a race spread across Mars. At least that's what I hope.